February is a month we often concentrate on relationships and try and provide a workshop that's on relationships and making them better. And this one's a little different because we're going to be talking about arguments and things that happen over and over again and how to make that better, how to stop these.
It's our love month workshop, but we are reversing into the issue as opposed to driving at it straight on. We're kind of saying, what is the tiff that just won't go away? What is the disagreement that just kind of sticks and sticks and sticks in this relationship? And then we're going to try to work on that, chisel away at it a little bit.
It's important for people to know, and one of the best things I think the Enneagram provides is reinforcement of the idea that we all see the world differently. And many times these arguments that are on repeat, we're so sure we're right because from our viewpoint, from our way of looking at the world and what we pay attention to, it is right for us. But it can be equally as wrong for someone else, or from their viewpoint is the right because of their type. And one of the most satisfying things as a therapist is when we can really help people understand that, oh, someone isn't just trying to drive you crazy or trying to make your life miserable. They actually have a very different way of being in the same set of circumstances than we do.
They have an extremely different point of view on the matter, and their point of view during these repeating disagreement moments or the argument we are so familiar with, their perspective as they try to voice it may sound to us, we just naturally hear some kind of "you're wrong, you're bad, you're at fault," when really the other person is probably trying to say, "I have an unmet need," or "such and such isn't working for me." But we hear accusations rather than requests because our personalities are sort of set up in that defensive way.
I'll give you a quick example. When I used to give workshops in my house before COVID, I, as a 9 with a strong 1 perfectionistic wing, would like to have the table set with all the right foods and everything. And one time I thought, I need strawberries to add to this banquet that I would put there. So I asked my husband, could you quick run down to Safeway, 5 minutes away, and get me some strawberries? And he rolled his eyes and he kind of acted like this was the biggest thing in the world. And he did it, but he was, it was like, oh, why did you ask me this hard thing? And I'm thinking, well, I would have done this if you needed it for me. And the next day, luckily, I asked him about it instead of just stewing and kind of going, why do you have to be such a, jerk about this? I said, why did you get so upset about getting strawberries? He said, it wasn't anything about strawberries. It was timing. I'm a 5. I like to plan things. I had my day planned. If you'd have asked me earlier, no problem. But if you ask me at the last minute, it's jarring for me. So that was something I needed to be pointed out to me, that his way of thinking and planning is so different. It had nothing to do with being nice and going and doing something for me. So it's really important to examine these issues that can come up and make our relationships so much less comfortable and happy and than they need to be.
Isn't it great that you said something, Elaine? Because that's where the magic happens, right? It's where we find out the real truth of the matter here, that with us and the other person who, we love so dearly, their thing makes as much sense to them as our thing makes to us. Their version of it makes as much sense. So,
Yes.
the type 9 thinking, well, the strawberries are only 5 minutes away at the store. That makes sense. And the type 5 thinking, well, I have a specific set plan for how I'm spending my time through the course of this day, and that doesn't fit with the plan. That makes sense too, right? So
Yes.
it's that moment that you had together where you kind of got to explain your own inner logic to each other. That's where the magic happens. Yeah.
It absolutely is talking about things, and so that's what we hope people do. Come to the class, bring your arguments, bring those arguments that keep coming up over and over again, or the frustrations, the wish you had been heard, or not understanding the other's point of view, because we're here to help. We have lots and lots of knowledge about relationship issues between types. And this workshop is going to be a great chance for you to take advantage of our knowledge and work things out, gain a new understanding of the kind of arguments or things that are going on, and have, as a result, a much better relationship because of it.
We hope that you leave this workshop in less of a hurry to condemn the other person's point of view and in more of a hurry to understand it and hopefully support it.